The Tower of Babel is much more significant than many think. The Tower of Babel is the living embodiment of man's pride and self-sufficiency without God. When men elevate themselves as their own gods and declare they don't need God for happiness, a greater meaning or God's rules to better society. The Tower of Babel and the city of Babylon is the fruition of Satan's promise to Eve in the Garden of Eden. Satan told Eve, "You will be like God, knowing good and evil." Genesis chapter 3 verses 4-5. King James Version. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. The serpent was in fact Satan in the Garden of Eden. We can find this out by reading Ezekiel chapter 28 verse 13 and Revelation 12-9. Please like, share and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Revelation chapter 12 verse 9. King James Version. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Ezekiel chapter 28 verses 13-18. King James Version. Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was thy covering, the sardius, topaz, and the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, and the jasper, the sapphire, the emerald, and the carbuncle, and gold. The workmanship of thy tabrets and of thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou wast created. Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth. And I have set thee so, thou wast upon the holy mountain of God. Thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. Thou wast perfect in thy ways from the day that thou wast created, till iniquity was found in thee. By the multitude of thy merchandise they have filled the midst of thee with violence, and thou hast sinned. Therefore I will cast thee as profane out of the mountain of God. And I will destroy thee, O covering cherub, from the midst of the stones of fire. Thine heart was lifted up because of thy beauty, thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by reason of thy brightness. I will cast thee to the ground, I will lay thee before kings, that they may behold thee. Thou hast defiled thy sanctuaries by the multitude of thine iniquities, by the iniquity of thy traffic. Therefore will I bring forth a fire from the midst of thee, it shall devour thee, and I will bring thee to ashes upon the earth in the sight of all them that behold thee. When men evlate themselves as God, all becomes lawful in their own eyes. Even sin which leads to death. Man's pride, vanity and self-deception take root in the souls of man. Men attempt to change even the world to their own desires, as impossible and absurd as it may be. Men, denying the power of nature and natural law, attempt to pervert it to satisfy their wicked and self-deceptive desires. Proverbs chapter 11 verse 19. King James Version. As righteousness tendeth to life, so he that pursueth evil pursueth it to his own death. Instead of worshipping God, men worship themselves and those they admire. Such as celebrities in the modern age, nobles and kings before that, and sometimes worshipping men as gods on earth like the ancient Pharaoh. Romans chapter 1 verses 21-26. King James Version. Because that, when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds, and four-footed beasts, and creeping things. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lusts of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. Who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Babel is just like the city Babylon, the one which physically resided in the Middle East, that was responsible for conquering Jerusalem and the spiritual city which appears in Revelation. Men will weep bitterly over the destruction of the city of Babylon in the last days. Revelation chapter 18 verse 9. King James Version. And the kings of the earth, who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her, and lament for her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning. We are told Babylon becomes outrageously wealthy. I think half the reason why is because it celebrates murder of Christians and grows fat from the wealth of murdered Christians. Revelation chapter 17 verses 1-6. King James Version. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. And I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. Of course, these things all sound highly familiar today. People are worshiping themselves and others on social media. People are obsessed with riches, luxury, and frivolous goods. Many have said in their hearts today there is no God, which leads to self-deception and the perversion of the natural order of things. People are obsessed with sexuality, victimhood for personal gain, virtue signaling to the detriment of others and society. They are also consumed with envy and greed. The spiritual city of Babylon has not materially emerged, but Western civilization is currently possessed by the spirit of Babylon. This is most prevalent in the great cities of the world: LA, New York, Paris, London, Tokyo, Beijing. Whenever men gather in large numbers are filled with pride and reject God, the spirit of Babylon and the Antichrist grows. 1 John chapter 4 verse 3. King James Version. 3 And every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is not of God. And this is that spirit of Antichrist, whereof ye have heard that it should come. And even now already is it in the world. I hoped I have enlightened you more about how Satan rules over men's hearts and is attempting to take over the world every day and establish the kingdom of the Antichrist. But it's important to keep the faith and remember Satan was defeated by Jesus Christ and faith in him will prevail. I am Brian Cornelius, the creator of The Lion and the Lamb. Please like, share and subscribe for more videos.